Here's a really nice young Callistemon plant, or bottle brush, to give it its common name. This was quite nicely pruned earlier in the year, and you can see how we pinched out the new growth tips there and there, and over here you can see again how we pinched out the new growth tips, and we've got 4 or 5 new growth stems coming on. Now, we did this in June, just before the new growth took off. We've made the plant branch out and made it develop. Those shoots that we cut away had flower heads on them, which would otherwise have formed seeds, and those seeds would have taken away a lot of the energy going into the new growth, which you now see. So thinking ahead to next year, really now is the time to do a little very gentle pruning, just to encourage the same type of new growth coming next year. So I'm just going to take out 2 or 3 inches from the ends of the new growth, which is still quite soft, just to encourage the next stage of bushing out. I'm not going to touch some of the smaller bits of new growth in the hope that they'll flower, but I am going to take out the tips where they're most vigorous. So actually when you look at the plant, you don't see that I've done a great deal, but what I hope I've done is to leave enough shoots which will produce flowers next year, but also to produce growth that will create a nice rounded shrub when this is planted out in someone's garden. And it's often the case that just a small little bit of pruning as you repot a plant like this can make it into a much better shaped plant eventually. Now, if this is out in your garden, you should do exactly the same. If you've forgotten to prune out the flower buds or the flowers when they were over, now's the time to do it, because there's still plenty of time for new growth now or next season. But anyway, a stitch in time produces a lot better plant at the end of the day.